Welcome to the SRG Sports Talk Show with me, John Vic Tiger. Welcome to the SRG Sports Talk Show. Tiger with me, John Vic. Great to have everybody here. And we're going to talk about NFL real quick. Get that out of the way. We still got the games on the 15th, I think, is today. I believe so. I'll have to double check that. And if it is, it is. So we still got Dallas Cowboys and Seattle going at it. And we still got Carolina, Buffalo, Philly, and Baltimore still playing on the 15th. But let's get through the 14th. Actually, today we got a little bit of the games for you today on this end. So we got a little bit of baseball, a little bit of football, and college football all together on this one. Okay, let's get through the NFL first. That I can worry about. And we'll do the college stuff last. So we can try to move that on. Alright, on the 14th, which was yesterday, would be New York Jets and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay won against their game. And this is game one here. 24-16, and that was pretty big game as much as anything else, for the most part. In game two would be Denver Broncos and Atlanta. Denver Broncos won their game 27-7, which was a huge upset. I mean, that was a huge upset actually than anything else. And basically, that was a huge upset, mostly anything else. And the last game for the NFL for that day was Miami and Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders won their game today at 20-7. So Miami lost that one. So on August 15th, which is today, I believe, we still got Dallas Cowboys, Seattle, Cleveland, and Buffalo, and Philly and Baltimore Ravens. So since we got that out of the way, we're going to go to some local teams right now as much as anything else. We're going to go to some local teams right now as much as we can get out of this, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So by the 15th, I'll be able to do the other two games here. Hands down, depending on who wins, who loses. So, but I am going to try to remake the 15th. That way they're not cramped into one paper here. So I cramped it in very barely. So I'm going to recreate that paper and move on. Alright, so we're going to go to the Banana Bowl now. Now I'll be going to high school after this. We're going to go to the Banana Bowl, get that over the with, and the Seven Bananas versus the Clowns. The Bananas versus Clowns. This is now local baseball here we're talking about here. The Clowns won against the Bananas 7-2. Apparently that was a pretty bad foul on my part. Now we had the Firefighters and the Party Gambles. Firefighters won their game 5-0. So the Firefighters won that game, and I was expecting the Firefighters to win, hands down. For the most part, they were very good at batting for the most part and everything else. And then you got Local Beach Coconuts and the Texas Chargers. Local Beach won their game 4-2. So apparently that would be pretty amazing. But I want to really talk about some of these teams here. But I want to talk about the Firefighters and the Local Beach Coconuts. They're doing pretty good for a small league. But I believe my predictions might be right. The Local Beach Coconuts and the Firefighters are going to be hands down going to the championship and winning the Banana League for the championship. They're going to be able to do that. And I think that would be pretty interesting. I don't know about that. So, time will tell with that. But I'm hoping the Firefighters do go to the championship and try to win that. Now we got high school football on top of it. This was like 9 p.m. And the reason why I took so long to record this was because the Bananas and the Clowns was having a rain delay. Because they were supposed to start at 6, 7 o'clock, and they had a rain delay pretty bad. So that took me a little while to record this. I'm recording it now today, but I'm a little late, so I'm putting this all together. So, but I wanted to see what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and try to get another paper and redo the 15th here. That way it's not cramped into one here. I'm going to do the 15th, redo the teams that I'm doing. Because it is kind of cramped up in here. So I am going to be doing, so on the 15th for the NFL part of this would be Dallas Cowboys and Denver and Seattle, Cleveland versus Buffalo, and then Philly and Baltimore Ravens. So we're going to prepare for that. I'm going to have to do this separately because I'm not a big fan of cramping it into one. Yeah, I did have it on here because I had Thursday's game, which was the 13th. Now for the high school, the last local game of this video is high school football. Now football was based on the same days as it is. So, but at 9 o'clock, the Water Coyotes and the Goldens were facing off at 9 o'clock. The Coyotes won, the Water Coyotes won 38. Well, they lost 38 to Goldens for... Goldens won against the Coyotes 53-38. I had that backwards. Pardon me if everybody makes mistakes when you do this, you know. And then you had the Park City and Sky Village. Park City won their game against... Well, Park City lost. Duh. Sky Village won against Park City 13-10. And, sorry, I'm just waking up here when I'm recording this, and I apologize. My brain's not awake yet. And that was pretty interesting. I heard it was pretty much. And you had the American Frackers versus the Griffins. The Americans won 36-16. But I heard a lot of these games were pretty good as much as anything else. And on game 4, you had the Rice Field and Gadsden Valley 14-21. So Rice Field won against them 21-14. So apparently that was pretty good as anything else. But no, I'm going to see if I can try to but no, I mean, I might be able to redo the next one for the NFL. Instead of being cramped in here, I'm going to do a backside and a front side for that week when I get a chance. So it depends on it. So that's your games for the week. I know we still got NFL to go through. We still got the Banana Ball going through, but they're almost done. So we're going to have a couple more games and then they'll do the championship. So we'll do that. But for the most part, it was a pretty close game for one game. I like that. But I wasn't expecting a rain delay with the Clowns and the Bananas, where they had a rain delay. But no, I mean, a lot of the games that they had, the Party Animals and the Firefighters and Coconuts and the Texas, they kind of went bonkers on that one. But the reason why that took so long with the Clowns and the Savannah Bananas was crazy enough to do it. So, but that's your sports for today. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and set up for the next games for the NFL, try to do a little bit better. I might have to use 2 papers for this one. But if you guys like this video, let me know, like and subscribe to the channel. But those were your games for today. It wasn't too bad. Out of the whole day. The reason why I'm recording this video is so early in the morning. It was a little bit late. I was trying to get this done before then. So, but I'll just have to readjust what I'm going to do for the video itself for the NFL. I'm going to see what I can do with that. I might have to use 2 papers on this one. Write them down and then, because all the games right there are crammed into one, I cannot. I'm not worried about doing it, but it's like crazy. But anyway, if you guys like local baseball games or something like that, I'll cover it if I can. And we'll see what we can do for the next week. I mean, that's going to be a problem with me, so I'm going to find out what we can do with the NFL schedule. If I decide to cover more games or anything, I'll do that. I know the Banana Ball is almost over, so we got to have a couple more games on that. Then it would be college, probably high school, and NFL. So we're just going to probably focus on football for the rest of the year. So if you guys like the video, like and subscribe to the channel. So for the SRG Sports Talks of the Tiger, Jovic signing off. Take care. And have a good day. And I will find out how I'm going to do this, because the games are kind of piled up. I'll probably have to do 2 papers, like I said. And we'll find out what we can do. So until next time, like and subscribe to the channel. And for the SRG Sports Talks of the Tiger, Jovic signing off. Take care.